world is a dangerous place. How can you be safe in it? Sometimes you need a teacher, one that can empower you with the knowledge to defend yourself.
Well, my name is Jeff Frater. I'm a black belt in Kung Fu Sansu. I have an 8th degree black belt in Kung Fu Sansu, which is regarded as a master. I also have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt here at Millenia MMA. Self-defense fighter is a person that doesn't care about the rules or regulations or worries about what the referee thinks or judges think. A self-defense person wants to get out of a bad situation, which could be a rape, a mugging, just a random act of senseless violence that happens more often than not. So a self-defense fighter doesn't worry about rules and regulations. They'll get the job done any way they have to. Keeping yourself safe from everyone else. It's learning a martial art. And learning a martial art is, to me, the ultimate insurance policy. And you have to ask yourself, how much is my life worth? Is it worth $1? Is it worth $10 million? And how much time am I willing to put in? Would it be an hour a day? Maybe 3 hours a week to learn how to defend myself? So that's what it would really take. There's other people around that get offended so easily, and rather than say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, then they just rather just assume beat your ass down. And you have to have the ability to stop that. We're talking about self-defense, so we're not talking about MMA. So if Josh and I were standing here, I'm not gonna just try to hit him in the jaw. If I were to punch him, that would be a good shot to his jaw. Problem is, this is a bone, and these are bones. And if I hit hard enough, I'll break my own hand. Because if I punch him in the jaw, hopefully I'll knock him out, but I'm not wearing any gloves. So by hitting Josh in the head, he might move his head, he might drop his head down, and I might hit him, boom, and break my own hand. Now I'm useless, this right hand's useless. So hitting hard targets of hard elements of my body is probably not a good idea. More likely palm him. Palm, I'm not gonna hurt myself. Plus, a self-defense person teaching another person how to fight in the street, palms are much better because I can cover more surface area. Also, with my palms, I can turn my palm into finger jabs. I can actually go into his eye. Now, that's kind of hard because unless you're trained to go to the eye, you have to be very accurate. Hit him. And I would always want to curve my fingers, because if I have my fingers straight, there's a chance that I might miss his eye and hit here and actually bend my fingers back, breaking my fingers. So I want to hit here. So if they do miss my target, they'll collapse. So I won't break my hand. If I'm worried about hurting my hand or hitting a mark, I would actually hit the palm here. Notice that my palm will actually match here, and about 9 times out of 10, or maybe 10 times out of 10, I'll actually always go into his eye. If I stick my finger in your eye, it's a done deal. So that's why I prefer open hand as opposed to a closed fist. Closed fist, that's all I get. Open hand, I get that much more. Just because you were taught a movement doesn't mean it's always going to work. You have to know what to do if the movement doesn't work. You need to have a fail-safe. If I do this, he'll see it coming. So it's basically lift your knee up like someone was pulling a string on your knee, and then your foot pops out. So I call it a shadowless kick. It's a kick that I developed. I bring my knee up without Josh trying to catch. I kick out and in and back. We look for the primary targets: the groin, the eyes, the throat. My secondary targets are kicking out the knee joints, striking the elbow joints. Okay, so hitting the solar plexus, those are secondary. But primary, the first thing I go for is your throat, your eyes, or your groin. With the mugging, a straight robbery, make yourself up here bigger. And if you can call that bluff, more than likely, they will stop. But if not, if they call your bluff and they're coming at you, then hopefully you're armed with self-defense and you know what to do.
So close.